Beautiful people, welcome back if you're new here. If not, welcome. We're doing another 5-ish miles today. Right on cue with this, what is it, stage 4? Stage 4? Zone 4. So yeah, today I'm going to be talking about my relationship with running. Weather's slightly nicer today than it was last time. The last video I recorded, I haven't uploaded yet. So I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna drop these both at the same time or give a slight buffer between. I already feel like this video isn't gonna be as much of me just running in silence and ambience like in the last one, but maybe it will. Anyway, my relationship with running started. I should actually check that. I'm gonna check that now. So my relationship with running began in 2022. I can't remember if I mentioned this in the last video, but the first race or run I had ever done outside of school was the 147th Attack Wing 5K at, I wouldn't consider it local, but the airport closest to me, the main airport around us, hosted it. And from there, I've stuck with it. I've done a couple each year. I'll have to either make a separate video or show my medals or something. But I've done at least a few per year since then. My mom likes to go. I'll do some with her. She'll walk and I'll run there. It's nice because the main goal for each time we go is just to finish. And at least, well, I think she tries to enjoy it more than I do somewhat. Because I try to go for, I don't know. I try to keep somewhat of a speedy pace, but I'm not going to break any records. The first marathon I had attempted, I should say, was pretty much on roads or paths just like this. I didn't complete it, but I made it most of the way through. I was definitely disappointed because I went with the intention of finishing it and actually completing more miles than what was required to complete the marathon, because the marathon that I went to was hosted the weekend after, just after my birthday, my 27th birthday. So my goal going there was to complete 27 miles of running, but I made it 17.25 miles. Partly due to not training properly. Also partly due to, well, it being cold and rainy, and me just being fed up with the condition I was in. But it was definitely a learning experience. I'm sure if you've done any amount of research into what it actually takes to complete a marathon, I think you know that it's definitely not easy, but I learned that was true, and then some, if you can catch my meaning. But the marathon that I did complete was all asphalt roads just like this. So I would say the weather and the terrain definitely made a difference, but it all came down to whether I decided to quit or not. And the difference there made the difference in me completing the marathon. So yeah, I'm taking quite a bit of a detour today, partly because I know, and well, from what I've seen so far, that the path's gonna be more popular. So, you know, the whole confidence thing isn't all there upon me yet. What you may come to realize, or what you may have realized already, is that I'm not exactly the most, I don't know, talkative. I'm not a good rambler, we'll put it that way. But if this is your thing, if this is your style, great. It's not exactly my preferred, I guess, style of video to watch, but apparently it's the natural style of video for me to make at the moment. Maybe that's just a standard thing for beginners, amateurs, whatever, noobs. But I guess this is what it takes to actually put content out there for my sake. So let me know what you enjoy, what you don't, what you want to hear from me in the future. I know eventually, well, at least I think eventually, I'll be doing some videos that, at least I have ideas, and I want them to be to the point. So I'll make a script, and yeah, it'll be more like your standard, I guess, quote unquote professional YouTuber style of video. Maybe what I'll have to do is get, I forget what it's called, but a sock, or I'm trying to think, but it's a thing that you put on a mic to block out the wind noise. But I do have some, or I do plan on upgrading the setup here. Because right now, as far as equipment goes, I have the bare bones equipment for what it takes to put the content out there, but nothing beyond that, really. I guess if you consider a GoPro not bare bones, then that's a start. Well, we're about halfway there, and I don't really think I've talked about my relationship with running much at all. But as far as what I can think of right now, it's pretty good. Something about this year feels different. I think I said that in the last video, but it is true. Up until, I think, like this week, maybe when I got this whole idea to start actually putting some effort into recording videos and doing a YouTube thing. But it's been very inconsistent, this whole running career of mine. But I don't know, it seems like right now I'm just going with the flow. I don't exactly have goals for running or YouTube, but I guess goals when it comes to times. Overall, I'd like to just stay in the best shape I can, inspire people. Maybe this just comes from me not being outgoing, but I see what people put online about just, I don't know, getting a feel of the community, the running community. I see people out with these, I don't even know how to explain that. It just makes me feel good. I guess I'm just more of a, I don't know, I get my social fix through YouTube, honestly. The relationship with running, I think as it goes for just about anyone, is that it has its ups and downs, and all you can do is try to take every day in the most smart way you can, whether if it's resting more than you want to, pushing yourself more than you want to, or just sticking with it. Just taking it day by day. You might have heard that, what's it called? Motivation comes and goes, but discipline's really what's gonna take you all the way. Like right now, I know, well, it's hard to say, but I could make the argument that I wouldn't be out here running right now the motivation to make YouTube videos and content, or at least this video to start. That's what's motivating me to be out here right now. Can't overthink it. Sometimes you just gotta run first and ask questions later. And that's what I'm doing. Just going where the wind takes me. So normally, or I should say on my normal route, by the time I get here, well, actually, yeah, by the time I get here, I'm only, I think, not even 2 miles in, but, oh, I see. Yeah, we'll go this way. But now we're about to be at 3 miles. My relationship with running feels like, I guess the way I would put it, as I can think of right now, is that it feels like I'm in the proposal stage. Like I want to propose to it. That sounds weird. It's like I want to propose to it to become a part of my life forever, aka marriage. The concept of what I guess I think a true marriage should be like. I would also describe it as, I guess, if I could think of some metaphors besides proposal, another metaphor would be like, and this might contradict what I was just saying, but I guess the metaphor I just put out there, but my other metaphor would be like asking my wife or fiance, I guess in this, whatever, to asking them if we can invite more people to the bed. And I say that because I think this year, well, I know this year, I want to do, I have a triathlon and a quadrathlon that I plan on registering for. One's at the end of May, triathlon's at the end of May, and quadrathlon is at the end of June. Triathlon will be your typical swim, run, bike, sprint length. I don't know if all sprint lengths are the same, but, and then the quadrathlon will be run, hike, bike, and kayak. And I definitely want to make videos on those. I'm not sure what kind of style I'll do, but I think it'll just be, I don't know, it'll just be solo dolo. No cameraman except myself. I'm not sure if I'll be wearing my GoPro on my head, on my shoulder. I think I'm on the shoulder would be the most stable, or like right on the chest or the sternum. We'll see. I'll have to think about it. But yeah, 2 metaphors: proposal and asking permission to invite 1 or 2 more to the bed. If I think of any more, I'll let you know. But as far as it goes right now, I would say I'm satisfied with the content I'm making, but I know that once or if the time comes where I want to upgrade or level up the content I'm putting out for a larger audience, I guess maybe even 1 person as opposed to 0. If that's you, shout out to you. Did I mention I'm a bad rambler? Let's see what we're at for the pace. 41 minutes. 41 and a half minutes, 3.6 miles. Okay. We're on pace, maybe slightly ahead of pace. We'll try to keep it that way. Another reason why, I mean, this isn't unique to running, but no, maybe it is unique to running. Maybe also cycling, but I don't think I ever would have come this way if it weren't for running. Like, I had never been back on that path up until now. I've been over here just because this is the entrance to the concert venue, or I guess the main gate. But and also rollerblading with my friend Earl. Yeah, I forgot. Lost my train of thought, but I just get such a unique feeling coming out here and doing stuff like this. It's nice. Like, I've come over here dead in the middle of, winter. I mean, I guess this might also be considered, well, no, we might be in spring now, but like everything, when I would come, or one time I came here recently, everything was covered in snow. It was like 20 degrees, if that. I wasn't running, but it's just a feeling of peace, I suppose. Besides hearing cars on the highway way off in the distance, it's just being in nature. It just feels good. That's the best way I can describe it right now. Listening to the birds chirp. This whole time I've been recording, I've had headphones in with no music. Due to the fact that I would be embarrassed if I was sitting here running. Yeah. If I was here recording this, someone came up from behind me and I had no idea. And they were just passing by like, look at this idiot. Other than the fact that I was simply too lazy to get out of my bed once I got home from swimming training. I say swimming training like it didn't last 10 minutes, but I was just exhausted. Like, I guess if you know the feeling of randomly becoming inspired to do a triathlon and starting training pretty much ever for swimming, at least for me. I haven't been swimming in years. Even when I did swim, it's just, casual hanging out with friends. It's not doing laps, that's for sure. But I thought I did a decent job yesterday, according to my Garmin, and that was because, I was kind of, I was just scrambling to get my Garmin ready for the workout or whatever, that I didn't take the time to actually set up the right distance, because I guess the way it gets tracked is you enter the length of it, and then it'll calculate your stats based off how many laps you do, which I think is just when you go from one end to the other. I guess it could be to the end and back, but I put 50 meters for the lap length or whatever. I think I was supposed to put 25. I think it's 25 yards, not even 25 meters. So I'll never exactly know how good or bad my stats were from yesterday, but I'll just say that needs improvement. And I guess the gnats are out. If you want to call them the swarms, that'll be fun. I guess another metaphor for, well, I don't even know. I don't think it's a metaphor, but just, I guess the whole relationship with running is more so just a relationship with exercise in general. Just because, I don't know, I guess running's the easiest or most convenient thing for me to do, but my relationship with running could be used interchangeably with cycling, swimming, hiking, rollerblading. Unfortunately, right here is about where I'd be at 4.9 miles. But today, we're not even at, well, we're at just below 4.6, so. I guess another metaphor I could Another metaphor for running I can think of is you put as much effort in as you can. Bear with the pain, because you know it'll pay off and it'll last forever. But it's just stubborn. Like, your body can only adapt so quickly. The more you try it, the more you realize that it reminds me of a dream or a nightmare where you're running from something, and no matter how hard you run, it's like the faster you struggle, or the harder you struggle, the slower you go, or I guess the less progress you make. I guess that goes back to what I said earlier about you gotta take it one day at a time, trust the process. And it's a lesson for me to maybe take my own words to heart, instead of just trying to, I don't know, it's like the opposite of do as I say and not as I do, or whatever. All right, we made it. And ended it off with a gnarly crab. Oh. See, just like this, something so simple as just being up in some basically empty parking lot by yourself, looking off at the whatever. It just invokes, is that the right word? Invokes a feeling, a nice feeling. But hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna go drink a protein shake. I don't think I'll become any better at rambling overnight, but we're gonna stick with it. We're gonna come back, not necessarily out here, but somewhere, and do what I do, what I've been doing. See what happens, see where it goes. Take care. See you next time.